What's up, everybody? I'm back. This Tiffany coming through live in effect on Facebook. I'm here. So, um, I haven't been doing much of videos lately, and I haven't been really posting up like that on Facebook a whole lot. So I have kind of gave myself a little break. Very a religious fanatic, if you will, and they're overdoing it. All right. I don't know what happened. The connection just went off on me. Anyways, so there's people that give a whole lot of criticism about practice a particular religion or spirituality. Now, it's one thing when there are individuals who can be very dogmatic, if you will, and they are overdoing it or trying to enforce their religious philosophy on others. Okay? It's one thing to not agree, but do we totally dismiss those who are practicing a religion or some form of spirituality? I mean, should we just dismiss them? Should we just look down upon them and say that they're not fit to be a part of society or be part of a struggle, a liberation, or anything of that nature because they practice a religion? Are we supposed to just toss them to the side? I don't think so. Now, if they be coming to the point where they start to become delusional and they're not making sense, then that's a different story, because those type of people, they need to be cast to the side because you're too delusional and you're not bringing anything that's going to benefit for the rest of the people. So you need to take your delusion over there. But if they have a reason, some people get into religion for various reasons. People get into religion because they're looking for peace. People get into religion because they're looking for brotherhood or sisterhood. People get into religion because they're trying to find themselves. All right. People use spirituality as a way of reconnecting with the inner part of them, being able to gain the knowledge of who they are. All right. I see people criticizing those who are starting to learn about African spirituality or practicing African spirituality. We got people that say, well, African spirituality didn't work for the people, so how it's going to work for us now? You're right. It may not work collectively. It may not work for every single person, but it may work for that individual that's trying to find the inner peace within themselves. They're trying to gain a conscious thought or trying to reconnect themselves back to reality. So it may not work for you personally, but it worked for somebody else. Now, at one point in time, we all was bashing religion. I bashed religion. Okay? And to this day, I still have my views about religion. I don't get off into the Abrahamic religion like that anymore. I don't really do it. But I'm not going to take somebody else off their discourse, because especially if they've been in it for a long time. You see what I'm saying? So if they've been in it for a long time, then who am I to tell them that they can't practice their own religion? Even our great ancestors, the ones that we look up to, the ones that we always called out, they were religious leaders. Okay, they practiced religion. Some of them were Muslim. Some of them were Christians. Some of them were Jews. All right, you had some that was atheists. And that's fine. But that doesn't take away the fact what their values are as far as humanity is concerned. So because they practice some form of religion doesn't make them less valuable or less important as a people. That's their personal choice. You know, people have the right to choose what path they want to be on. That don't make them less of a human being. But to sit here and just be like, oh, you religious people, this, that, and the other, because you don't agree with whatever they believe in. I mean, what part are you getting across? So if you say religion doesn't work for them, then what is your solution? What is the solution that you can offer that will work for us as a collective? Because at this point, that's something that is dealing with as far as individual is concerned. So some people want to become a Hebrew Israelite. That's fine. You be that Hebrew Israelite. But I know one thing, you ain't going to come to me with no irrational nonsense, illogical nonsense. I tell you that. I mean, you could be a Hebrew Israelite all day, but don't come to me talking that irrational stuff, because I'm not trying to hear it. All right? You got people that's in the NOI. You got people that's the 5%ers. It is what it is. So, I mean, people are going to choose their path in life and what they want to do. But I'm disappointed to hear that people who are supposed to be about African liberation look down upon those who into African spirituality. That's the part that gets me. Because if you really deal with African history, right, you will understand spirituality played a vital role in that. No, it did not stop slavery. No, it didn't stop us from being beat up collectively. But it gave the people a peace of mind. That's all it did. It gave them a peace of mind. So if you're going to sit here and say you deal with African history, then African spirituality is a part of that history. You can't erase that. You can't eliminate that. You cannot eliminate that from the equation. That's a part of the people. That's their culture. Even when they did practice religion, they practiced tribal spirituality along with those religions. So that goes to show you people don't really have the knowledge and understanding why spirituality is a part of a culture. Because for some, spirituality brings about a rite of passage. Yeah, spirituality brings about a rite of passage. I'm just saying. So we're going to sit here and act like spirituality is detrimental and it's wrong and it's a problem, then I don't think you need to be in the room with those who are Yoruba practitioners, those who are studying the Amanella religion, or those who are studying Buddhism, Hinduism. I mean, if you got a problem, I don't think you need to be in the room with those people. I think you need to be somewhere by yourself. Because if you're gonna be about liberating your own people, you gotta be willing to accept those individuals from where they are. You got to be willing to accept the fact that you're going to come across those who are religious practitioners and those who are into spirituality practices. You're going to have to accept that. So if you can't deal with that, then you might not want to talk about liberating black people and all that other stuff. If you can't accept the fact that there's those who are religious practitioners and those who are into spirituality. Now, are we going to have some differences? Of course. Are you going to have disagreements? Absolutely. You're not going to agree with everything. That's illogical. You can't agree with every single thing a person say or a person do. Okay? And you shouldn't expect for everybody to agree with every single thing you say. There's going to be some form of disagreement. But as long as you can be able to coexist and be able to find a commonality or common denominator, then that's where it matters. As long as that person has good intention and has a good heart and not trying to do anything that's going to be detrimental and it's going to cause some form of corruption or chaos, then all that other stuff, what they do, as far as who they worship, there's nothing you can do about it. That's their personal choice. What can't you do to stop it? What are you going to do to stop it? Just like you have a choice to be a pantheist or atheist or whatever you identify yourself as, they have a choice. And then I hear individuals also saying this on the spirituality side, that, oh, it's anti-African to be an atheist. I mean, we can't say everybody that was in the African culture was all spiritual and religious people. There probably was some atheists in the African culture. So you can't say that they are people who are atheists are anti-African. I mean, you either accept the fact that they are atheists or you just don't deal with them. Again, that applies to you guys. You got to be able to find a commonality or common denominator. So with a person not practicing a spirituality or religion, that's their personal choice. But as long as they able to bring something to the table and do something that's going to be beneficial, then that's what really matters. So yeah, all of that nonsense. I mean, I wish that people could really focus on more what's more of what's important and what's like a serious issue versus whether somebody is religious or not. Because that right there, that creates a more dichotomy. It's bad enough you got this ADOS bullshit that's created a dichotomy between African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants, and African Americans. It's too much dichotomy going on. It's too much dichotomy going on between black men and black women. It's so much dichotomy taking place. Like, people can't really find a common ground to be on. So, I'm going to go ahead and read the comments. And then I'm going to end this video. So, I'm going to try to respond or answer some questions. Let me see. Ooh, all right. Hold on. All right. Someone put, spirituality is personal. It's not supposed to work for everyone. You're absolutely correct. It's not supposed to work for everybody. That's something personal. That's your connection with your divine, with your divinity. That's a connection with your creator, whoever you call that creator. That's something that you have to be able to deal with on a personal level to elevate you. So I totally agree with you. Okay. Hey, Amiri. Rothschild Black Diamond said, we are animals with mental health issues. We all got mental health issues. And that's one of the reasons why you got people who study spirituality and religion, because they're trying to find a way to cope with those mental issues they are currently dealing with or they currently facing. You got people that have to, they feel they got to be in some form of spirituality, because otherwise because they lack discipline. And by the fact that they lacking discipline, they find discipline in dealing with religion like Buddhism or Hinduism or something like that, just to be able to stay grounded and stay focused. Because if they don't deal with any form of spirituality, then yes, they're going to become absolutely out of control and discombobulated. So they got to find some form of discipline. Hello. Someone put, let me read this. Good point, but what about when their foreign religion derails them from the primary objective? Freedom, that's my issue as a collector. How can we rise when black Christian worship a white God and put that white God over our primary objective, freedom? Okay, I understand your argument on that point. I don't agree with the concept about the white God either. But you got to understand the conditioning process that has been taking place. That's something that's going to take, it's going to take a while, or it's going to take a long time for people to break their conditioning. Some people is going to be stuck on that, and then you got those who have to go through that process of being able to get away from the idea of white Jesus, or Jesus being a white man, and have to be able to see God as a reflection of themselves. So what you deal with is people that has been conditioned. But that's something that they have to work on their own. Okay, that's something they have to do on their own. So it's not an easy process. It's not an easy transition from going from that mental state to another mental state. All right. Someone put, at the end of the day, we all go through the same struggle. We need to put those things aside. Absolutely. You're right. We all go through the same struggles. All the time. So whether you Muslim, Hebrew, whatever you are, you fall under the same boat. You fall under the same category. You fall under that same category. So it doesn't matter. You're going to still be identified. You're still going to be targeted. Even if you are a Moor, you're still going to be targeted. It's not going to stop. All right. And Stephen put, actually the spirit has 12 followers or tribes. The 1 and the 12, each followers has their own perspective of the same spirit. 12 different angels or angles, separate in their language. If you take the sun has 12 stars that follow it, expand your... Okay, well, that's what you believe. I'm not finna go into all that extra madness, all right? That's what you believe. If you believe that the spirit has 12 followers or 12 tribes, then that's your belief. But that's not my belief system, okay? I'm not going along with that, but that's what you choose to follow. That's how you understand. That's your logic. Okay, cool. That's you. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching this video, and thank you for your comments. And until next time, we'll talk soon. Other than that, may peace and power and elevation be to all of you. Please have a wonderful day or wonderful afternoon or whatever your time zone may be. And I will talk to you guys again. Alrighty then. Thank you. Deuces. Have a good one.